for those of you who are, people give you more attention than others because you're special, you're intimidating, things that you say are truthful, they try to make you look like a liar, or you know who you are. They will make you change shit consistently to make it look like you're on drugs. First, they'll try to alter your looks. You're usually the naturally handsome or good-looking men and women. And your adversaries have no choice but to admit that that plays a huge role. That's a huge reason why they even give you so much attention. So what they'll do is, some of them will do mirror magic, trying to swap looks. They watch The Craft too much, is what I heard. When you're a certain type of bloodline, I know that a lot of you don't want to, it's hard for you to just accept this, but when somebody has a certain type of DNA, it's a fucking no-no. You understand? That shit will come back, you'll look like a whole penguin on crack and shit. And people are starting to look like they're animals. Someone looks like a Labrador Retriever, the other could be a pit bull. Now, you know, I love animals. For the animals that are listening, please don't take this personal, but women and men are not supposed to look like this. Oh, hold on. Let me take the magnet out of my crutch to try to block these attacks on my private parts from the predators and pedophiles up high. Well, next thing they'll do is this. Well, we can't mess with their looks, man. So they'll put frequencies around you to age you, to dry out your skin and to induce the aging process. That won't work. What I realized was aging me was the vapes and the cigarettes I was smoking. I stopped smoking for 2 days, and it's not because I wanted to. It's because I don't have the money to get them. And I feel amazing. Also, I'm guessing good for teleportation. Another thing they'll do is they'll put that pike in your room. This is when they have no problem. How come all of a sudden you want this person to be seen on camera? You didn't want them to be seen. You wanted them isolated. You didn't even want me to go and meet them. You didn't even want me to go show up at their job or this, that, or the other. Now all of a sudden you want me to watch them. It's so they can use this pick to alter your looks that way. Then people find out about this and they won't watch anymore. All I'm doing is becoming more unattracted to this person. It's working against me. Next thing you know, they'll come up with more layers and layers and layers. They'll get you addicted to watching the person. And the female, who could be a male, that's behind this, will try and get their face done and injections. And do you see how this goes? Do you see how many of you men have allowed this process? Now, some of you have allowed it because you weren't happy with the way you looked and it made you feel good. You were in a broken place at the time and you're not anymore, or you're coming out of it, and we're very happy about that, because some of us women, we could see shit that you couldn't see. We could see shit coming, and some of you just refused to admit it or believe it, or just you got lazy and it was comfortable, and eventually you get antsy. You get too uncomfortable to be around somebody like that. You'll catch a glimpse of someone. There will be another individual, this is usually 1 in about 10,000, who wants you to see that person for who they really are. They either, whether it's conviction, or some of them, they did it because they felt like you were in a relationship that you would never leave now. If they're trying to play martyr, you feel me? And you are going to leave because it's something, you already had this feeling about this person. It was basically all the looks at this point. So you found they brought somebody else into your life, and your family and friends were behind this person coming into your life. They were also behind filtering the other one. What you have to ask yourself is, why are you so hell-bent on filtering this one? Am I even still looking at? What makes you now all of a sudden want to be that good guy or that good girl where you want me to see what they really look like? Is it just because I am now in a relationship where I may have said I may marry this one? Why the timing now? What's the intention of the one that you said that you may marry? Are you also playing a part in this? Huh. Right, things that make you go, huh. So let's talk about, if this is from a man's perspective when it comes to a woman. Why is this woman trying to gaze into your eyes too? Are you trying to cast another spell? Were you sent into this man's life to ruin it? When you ask them to their face, make sure that they still have that gaze, how they keep trying to make eye contact with you. Tiny. Let's talk about the woman that must be that amazing of a woman, that they go through all of this. When I tell you there are people who are biting their nails, they're shaking, going through some type of weird withdrawal or tremors because they know, or they know that you either got a good look at this person or that there's something that's about to happen, whatever this is for you. Workers, that some of your workers were even involved with this, or that the workers, say that this is a hotel or something, it could be even that some of the workers at the hotel, I can't believe how many people were involved with this. I cannot believe how many people are just, the jealousy, and this can't just be jealousy though. How many people get involved with rituals? I mean, it's 90% of the population have at least at one point done some candle magic, mirror magic on somebody else to either swap their looks, make them be the one that somebody looks at. I have walked in a room and that's all I have to do. I'm talking about the women who know that this is who you are. You just walk in a room and you're just a spell on foot. I want to talk about you. Oh, I got to see clearly. I was almost going to do this with no glasses on. Something for someone. Tell me about this woman. See, this emperor here, this is a whole lot different than someone actually being a man underneath. This is the strongest woman. When an emperor comes out, and we're talking about this amazing woman that everybody wants to... They didn't like the fact that you're that strong. So what they did was they possibly filtered you to look more masculine. And it's like, well, you want to say that you're tired of being a man. They're always talking about how they have to be masculine in their life. Well, let's make them look more masculine. They could have even put a dick on you, Divine Feminine. There you are. See, there you are at the bottom, too. But what's in between is this. This is my dick card most of the time because of the time we're living in. That's just what comes up. But this is you being a perfect balance of masculine and feminine. How attractive this really is. Look, being your own best friend, you're your own soulmate, you are your own twin flame. There you are. I want to put all these up. How much this is needed in a woman. You need it because, you know, sometimes your guy gets in trouble and his boys are pussies and they abandon him when he needs them, and then there you go, right? But this is a dick. I really do believe that some of you, they edited that on you. Milk. I don't know what the milk is about. Okay, well, that could be multiple things. I don't really want to get into that. I think somebody's just being petty. This could be like Harvey Milk type thing, where somebody that you have some people that are like that in your friend group, or even some of your employees, depending on who this is for, your own workers or shit like this. But this is you just having this is being passionate in the bedroom as well. Somebody knew this about you, and it must have been an ex of yours. There had to have been somebody that either watched you do something, so either they were spying on you or they got into your cameras at home to know how good you are in bed. They would have had to now, let's talk about how they would ruin this. Let's create a video of this person having sex. See, we already seen the original, which is like mind-blowing. Now, if this guy saw what she does with this thing, it would be hands down no-brainer. She's good for both heads. That's what I just heard. So somebody's dad or uncle used to use that term. She's good for both heads. Now, right, you want her in or on both of your heads. You feel me? They would have to edit her to make it look like she doesn't know what she's doing, which would be, how would you know how to edit that? That would be whoever the female is that's trying to take her place. That's how you get down with those heads, okay? Now let's keep going. Jesus Christ. Because it's eventually gonna come out. The lengths. Some of you think you've already seen it all, heard it all, and it was already enough that somebody sat down, like they were pushed down. They couldn't believe it. That's not even all of it, kid. Yep. Queen of Cups right here. All right, so this is happening current, but I feel like she's always in. This is what this means, is she's always in the moment. She doesn't dwell on the past. She doesn't overthink and worry about the future. How important this is to be this balance of both. How would they now try to fabricate this? This could be a big deal to this guy, where he can't stand worrywarts, and somebody that just is so, because you become negative. I'm guessing that they just tell stories. What would I do if I was this idiot on the other side, this insecure female, possibly? I would gather people. When you're doing this person on the other side, this chick on the other side, she only attracts insecure other females or males who don't attract women like this. You understand? They all group up and join together. This becomes a group of bullies you wind up dealing with, whether you are aware of it at the time or not. So you must have, your discernment or your judge of character must have been off for you to even spend time with these types of people. But here it is. That's where we're at. Right. That could be it too. Like a mom or an ex or a sister always breaking this man down verbally, so he felt like this is where I belong and shit, you know. And these people are less than him, so he could have been a little narcissistic and it's like, well, I feel I'm better looking than them, I'm smarter than them, and right now I just need a little boost of confidence, and here it is. So she, I mean, she's loving and she's in the moment, yeah, but they'll start spreading rumors and even creating fake evidence. Now, be wary of you not asking for the evidence. Why is it that you feel the need to say something and then say, I have a picture? Who does this? Somebody who's hurt and wants to try to ruin someone's reputation. As a man, I feel like a lot of you needed to accept and acknowledge the fact that you could have been getting a little fucking petty when it comes to this. I like this, or I wouldn't sit there and accept you saying it's acceptable. Why am I looking at this? You played a part in the separation of the two of you. If this is an ex of yours, they have no choice but to say that even engaging with these people and looking at this shit affected them consciously or subconsciously, that you played a huge part. You can't just pin it on all of them, someone's saying. You don't get to just say, my God, I can't believe my family and my friends. I mean, you would be able to say that if the second they talked shit on this woman, you just as a man of valor, which is what you said you were, just that, you would have been like, I'm done. I refuse to waste my time, because that's how he is now. That's how he is now. So she's always in the moment. I don't worry about a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And she's happy this way. This is also drinking together with the Queen of Cups and the Three of Cups. This would be drinking. And somebody said that you were an alcoholic or that you do drugs, and this is why you're broke. All of the friends of this guy, they also went out of their way to try to hold money back from him, or because it could be get him fired. If this was a business, they would fuck up clients for him, because they need him in this place of lack so that they can do this. They can have him absorb all this bullshit, and then it also makes him feel good to know that you're in the same situation or similar situation. So they force him in this broken place. Yeah, loss. Let's get some other cards here. I'm bored with these. Soaring to higher heights. Uh, is that a grandfather? Okay. Henry. You always say that you will only allow people around you or something about soaring to higher heights. Yeah, you're not out of the clear. You're not out of the thick yet. Of all the people in the world, you're the most adorable per inch. Okay. Who's this? Tell me about this person real quick. Is this them? Oh, this is the woman. This is your wife or the Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. She definitely could be an earth sign. Give me some letters. FM. A female. The differences. Pay attention, because some of you guys are going through this. You're in the middle of this, and there are other men coming out of this. For the men coming out of this, the ahhas, the if I knew then what I know now, when people go out of their way to show you proof or information on something, but yet they refuse to get it for things that matter. I know I will no longer engage in this. But the shit that it did to some of these men mentally. And then eventually you become happy to see someone down just like these people. It's incredible, the lengths. I just feel overwhelmed. I feel emotional, like and it's incredible for these men to see the reactions of some of these women, even moms and aunts, and for some of them, their own grandmothers are going through something. Like, are you all men? Or are you at least all insanely jealous and insecure? So she's a female. I mean, right there. Yeah, AA. You could have went to AA and gotten through some shit, and it's like you bitches are drinking in secret. At least my shit was out there. For someone else, they could have said that you were in AA and you don't even have a drinking problem. They would have then created, if I wanted to tell us, because that could have been this thing with some of these guys where my dad or my mom was an alcoholic or my ex and something like that. And so what they'll do is they'll have you be exactly what they say that they can no longer deal with. They'll create videos even of you going into liquor stores. Yeah, some cops will do that shit. Oh my god. Wait till you find out, man. If you feel like this is for you, wait till you find out the things that were done to try to tarnish. Now, this is the thing. This is where I'm at now. You could only be the most amazing woman on this entire fucking planet, whether you stated that you were, or whether it's something that they can tell that you know about yourself. There is nothing or nobody now that could sway the opinion of these types of men. You do not go out of your way like this. I'm talking, they hired professionals to edit, and shame on you motherfuckers too, that you knew that you were doing this to try to ruin a good woman's reputation. Now you're suspect. You look like men. I have to go by what I experience with jealousy and envy, right? Just because you have a dick and balls or you're in a suit and shit like that, you could be a woman posing as a man. And is this true that there are women who knew that there were men that had an agenda of eradicating women? And how did you know? It doesn't matter. They want to act like they have access to classify. These are people that have to say that they're somebody. You're a fucking nobody when you do shit like this to a woman like this. This is the outcome. You have lost any possibility of business partnership, friendship, relationship. Forget it when you do this shit. And this is what has some of them pissed off, twitching. Somebody can't even twerk right. They were the master twerker. I don't know. Please don't tell me. Some of you did. You dated some twerkers. A lot of men, they don't want this shit anymore, man. I need a sophisticated fucking woman in my life. I need passion in the bedroom. I don't want to just fuck. I refuse to watch another woman twerk. I need someone who feeds their soul, their mind. I mean, tell me she reads a book. You know what I mean? shit like that. You'll even have women, if you read books, Divine Feminine, you have to be one of them women. We'll just say that. They could, I'll bet you that this guy even had women around him now all of a sudden reading books. I can't believe how many things that you came up with or created. This is what I'm hearing, that other people took credit for. They never even mentioned your name. If you knew all of the things that you've given back to this world, from beauty things to projects to ideas to problem solutions, it made some of them upset, emotional. They actually cried for you. There was even an article done about you, and they wouldn't allow this to be printed. The extreme hatred and disdain, not just for women, because there are women walking around on this planet. Some of these men are realized they're women, but they're not intimidating. They don't make a mark in this world. They don't make an impact the way this one does. This is why it's as clear could be. And that we need to pick a side. I'm picking the right side. It doesn't necessarily mean men, women, ones who don't target. They know what the right side is now in every situation. They can feel it. This is amazing. You could have even, do you remember that movie about the clones? I think Scarlett Johansson was in it, where she saw a picture of her as a model. It could be some shit like that, where you may have even done some modeling and your whole history or life could have been wiped out and you don't even remember, or they didn't put that shit in the magazine and stuff like that. It's extreme jealousy. When this is jealousy and envy that brings tears out of people. And usually you are one of the most amazing people. Now we're going to talk about the man on the other side, because this shit isn't just about women. People are finding out this wasn't just about, the women aren't the only ones who were targeted here. The men were targeted as well. In fact, the men could have been targeted even worse than the women, because one, they're separated from these women in a very fucked up way. There's someone that says that they cheated, and then they'll create all kinds of proof and evidence saying that. And then after that, they get targeted by the gay community and these groups and Freemasons and societies and shit. So basically, like, once you're targeted, if you're still here as a woman, which, I mean, congratulations, that's a rarity. As an actual natural born woman too, that's even more rare. But, you know, once they kill you, you're just gone. You know, these guys, they're separated. Their life goes to shit because the love of their life, the female, this beautiful woman, this one that loves them unconditionally and stands by their side, is removed. So they're broken, and then here comes the savior. It's either a friend, a family member, a transsexual that comes and says, well, you know, I can help you out, or I just lost my husband, or I just, you know what I mean? It's that fake ass savior. I see fast. Yeah, we'll get these. This could have been that, I mean, it could be fast anything. They could have said that you were fast, that you were easy, and it turns out you're the opposite. It could have been that this shit, how fast they are to, how quick this, or I'm thinking quick, how quick they are to muddy someone else's name, but God forbid somebody says anything about them. It's the most juvenile, infantile, unattractive thing. A lot of these men grew up because of this situation. It doesn't matter how old you are. Some of you were 20-something, and now you have the mindset of a 50-year-old, the wisdom from all of this shit. You've seen some of your uncles go through this shit, and then they saved you the pain of having to deal with this shit. Very much aware. And I'm very fussy now. Down to 60 and 70-year-old men who, just because you were older didn't mean you were wiser, right? All right, now we have... I see trap. Oh, I was looking for an E. No. Yeah, the martyr could have been here too. That could be you. Please don't put martyr with my name, though. See, that's another thing. This could have also been that some of your guys could have separated from you because they thought something else was better. Not all of these guys were a target. Some of them were actually part of targeting you indirectly when they left you, or thought that maybe something was better somewhere else. All right. How important it is to have this martyr type female in your life, though. That doesn't mean that you walk on water and shit, bitch. You understand? This means you have to have a dark side with guys like this. That it could have been that maybe for some of you, you were too angelic and he wanted something a little darker, and then that shit became way too dark, and now he had to appreciate this side of you. For others of you, it could have been your business, something that you did for work came in between the two of you. You played a part in this as well. It's not always that the women were just targeted. I mean, you could have ignored him. You could have cheated. Some of you fucking cheated, and you lost them. And then this shit happened, and the two of you were separated until you're both on a plateau where you're not going to go back into this and start right? You're pointing fingers at each other and blaming each other. There's something here where you had to miss each other or appreciate each other. Trap and Graham. Now this could be, yeah, there's a blank here. This could represent memory. Doing it for the Graham. Right, trapping men also with babies. But this is the thing. Did they all trap them legit with babies? I mean, getting pregnant. That's how you would be trapping them, okay? See, this woman here is pregnant. She can actually give birth. She has a womb. They were trapping men with babies, AI babies, using their DNA. And sometimes it wasn't even their DNA because they didn't really like the man they were trapping. They were doing this for money. They were doing this for housing and shit like that. Some of them did it for parts in movies or shows and sports, something like that. Evan. They weren't attracted to these men. The only time that they showed love and affection to some of these men was because they could feel them pulling away or just being uninterested. Yeah, that's dangerous. Some of these guys could tell that there aren't a lot of natural born women left just by the way some of these other women act. I don't remember this shit. Some of them sat to themselves, or they sat with each other, and they started talking about high school and college. There could have even been videos, home videos that they watched, and they just watched the demeanor of women back then. They were loving, they were more friendly towards each other. These do feel like maybe some misogynistic men that are posing as women. It could be this. It's the overwhelming shock. They have to make a movie out of this shit. It's impossible. All right, now let's talk about the men and what happened to them on this side and what makes you the most amazing. Because this is the most amazing, and that's what I wrote down here. This is going to be my next message, is how amazing of a man are you and how amazing of a woman are you. So we did the woman. It's clear. It's plain as day. And now these guys, they watch from afar. Let's say that they are interested in a woman. They don't just go out with them on the first night now. It's like, I want to watch and see how you move when you think I'm not watching, because there's too much scripted shit here. All right, now let's get into the guy. Being the observer. The emotion, anger, as well as tears of shock, awe, and joy, and what is that? Relief. See, some of these guys, man, they were dating just one after another, and it was the same types. When all they had to do was, some of them had to fix themselves and realize, I can attract this other one, or this other type. I must not be that. I keep going from one, and the door closes, and then another one, and the door closes, and all I keep getting is a bunch of closed-ass fucking doors. Maybe I just need to wait, sit to myself, and just wait for that one door that's open. Patience. Tell me about this other guy. Tell me about this other guy. This amazing man. Trapped. Are you though? Eight of Swords. That's trapped mentally. Oh, and how important it is that these type of women, I'm guessing this is, all right, so this is you, and this could be now for some of you, but this is going to be more or less toward, this is the past, okay? There you are. I'm like ready to, I thought of suicide and shit like that. Yeah, with the Justice in reverse. I don't want to be married. I'm stuck and trapped in a fucking marriage. Is this a marriage though? See, some of these guys found out about this fake documentation. They hired investigators, ones they could trust. Some of them, they are this, whether they know that or not. Some of them had their badges taken, their memories erased, and they were put in another life that just does not fit. And they knew, I must be some kind of agent. Some of them found documentation that others forgot that they hid. And they never said anything. God damn, I'm a fucking CIA agent, or I'm Border Patrol, or firearms and shit. I have some kind of pull here, but I don't want to be married. I don't want this anymore. King of Cups, loving men. This is that amazing man. I don't really want to be married. A lot of these guys, men don't want to be married. It's more or less the women. I don't think there could be 5 men on the entire planet that actually wanted to be married. And that could even be for ulterior motive. No man wants to be fucking married and have these kids and then pay for college and this and just nobody wants that. If you do, you'll go out of your way. I think you're lying. How about that? I'm just going to say, if you're a man and you say that you want to be tied down like that, I believe you're bullshitting, but it could be. I'm not interested in getting a woman pregnant. I'm really not. I mean, most men don't want to be dads, man. Let's just be honest. Men by nature have this partier, bachelor. So this may not even be something where now there's an amazing woman, there's an amazing man. You may just wind up sleeping together or seeing each other once in a while. No one said you have to be in a relationship and a commitment. These are guys that don't like to commit, which is cool. I mean, you're sovereign. Yeah, I'm pretty content. And happy. What? Just investing in myself. It doesn't make you selfish. You're made to believe in this world, especially by certain types of women, moms and fucking grandmoms and sisters and even some girlfriends, that if you're not this guy that wants to put a ring on someone's finger and have a child, then you're just labeled a bachelor. How about I'm just a fucking man who doesn't want the same things that you want? Perspective. He likes to ski. This guy actually likes to ski, and the wife didn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm content. Just me and my dick if I have to wait. This is how they are now because of all of this. But you have an amazing cock, sir. And I mean, when I tell you that this thing, I mean, to call it a thing, I feel like I'm disrespecting him and you, so I take that back. But yeah, I'm done. This is how they are. Some of these guys had a hard time because this would be an addiction to sex, okay? But is that such a bad thing? Why is that so bad? Why is being a sex addict so bad? As long as you're clean. See, that could have been it, where it was just getting impulsive and shit. High tech. High tech what? Editing? All right, some of you guys were targeted as well, especially... Let's say that we say that the woman is amazing, so she's made to be less amazing, right? So they cut down your dick in editing too. So for those of you where, let's say there was see, these women though, it's weird because these women for me that would be given this information feel like transsexuals, but they think they're women. But they could be women who target, I want this man and I'm going to attack this woman and separate them. So this would be women, or actually women, who are just like these other people. I don't like to see someone with someone that I want, so I will target them, I will end them, I will create lies and separate them any way that I can. There's a female behind this shit. And this could be someone that's just addicted to falsifying. I heard falsifying, so that could be a word. That's for somebody. It's gonna be a ding ding ding. Get away from her. I'm addicted to falsifying. You don't want, this isn't the kind of bitch you want to date or do business with. Right. They don't want you having a wife. I have to question. I have to question who you are and whether you are a woman. It's weird to see a woman that would be so against other women. That's another thing that these guys figured out too. This means, like, I love my dick. I'm content with sleeping around. I don't want a pregnancy. I don't want to have children. I'm not an opportunist. I just am some guy. This is just how I live. This would be a free spirit. I'm a little more unconventional than most of the guys. What's with the background? They don't really, well, they could be doing background checks, but see, you can't even do that because of all the fake names and the aliases. I mean, you can't, you have to go now by feeling, what you feel, and some of these guys felt physically sick going around these other women. They don't feel the need, so they don't target. Right? They don't target women, these types of guys. That's what I'm getting. This amazing man, I refuse to do this shit. And the reason they don't target is because they're not an opportunist. They have things or they don't and they're okay with it. That's what would make somebody target women, right? I don't have anything and they do. Or if they don't, I'll make sure that I get something off of it, which could be a life insurance policy. You know what I mean? But look at the goat here. This one here, isn't that a goat head? She's the goat. She's great with money. She's independent. She knows her worth. Shit like that. Queen of Pentacles also to me is like a mother. She knows what you need at the time without making you feel like she is smothering you. These guys, what is this struggle here? Oh, you're okay. These guys would be having a hard time manifesting this because of these fucking other ones that get in the way. These female friends of theirs. These are the type of guys that have female friends who are friends with gay men. Okay? They're usually their biggest enemy, these female friends. You guys had a hard time attracting what you actually were because of all of this forced interference. Yeah, you went from attracting goats to hogs. Somebody did, goddammit. You get some big girls. I see mice? Really? Tell me about the mice. It doesn't feel to me like it's mice, that somebody had mice. That's stupid. This feels like experimenting. Dicks with mice. Growing something on mice. Okay? So that's what some of these people were getting involved in, or just it's that type of mindset. I like to push everything. Inevitably, what? What is the spiritual? This must mean something else. Abundance and fertility. This is how these guys are now. I want to go to your prenatal doctor with you. You want to what? Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want me to go, right? However, mice are viewed by some as signs of impending illness and demise as well. So I guess we'll talk about both of them. Beyond attention to detail, the mouse epitomizes humility, unpretentious nature. The mouse serves as a model of humility and simplicity. This is these types of guys. They'll force the other, though. They'll force them to be not menacing. No, that doesn't make any sense. What's the word I'm looking for? To need this woman. Like, a lot of these guys were the types of guys where they would naturally attract someone like you, and you may not have had a lot of things, and they may not have had, or some of them did. They didn't care so much about material things. It's a program comes along with this as well that's incorporated of feeling like can I be attracted to a woman that lives in a one-bedroom apartment or lives in a hotel or lives with her parents still, because I'm not really sure what she's going through. And some of these guys were put through the ringer because they used to judge women like that. So there's just shit at play on both ends in every scenario. There's always usually people on both sides, there's something. No one is ever exempt from any kind of blame, usually. Now we have your fertility. Yep. What do you mean you're pregnant? That's great. Yeah. So, and what they really want to say is, so, get back to me in about 9 months. They'll even find a way to separate you. They'll go to, if you're working for someone where you could travel, your boss will be involved now. They will be offered money to send you away somewhere. They aren't always told why. Some of them figure it out. But it's selling your soul on so many levels comes with this kind of shit. All this, really? That's what somebody said. All of this to separate me from this? All this money and time and effort? I mean, was there some kind of large money or large payout that was supposed to happen? It doesn't feel like that for this. It feels like I'm in shock at how many of my friends are gay. I'm in shock at how many of my female friends, if they even are, some of them they're finding out they were born boys. And this makes sense why you were always jealous of my girlfriends and shit, my ex-wives. The misogyny. It became a regime. Okay. Regimen. Oh, no, regime. This competition. This secret fucking competition and how unattractive it is to men like this with this woman. But they can't. They can't because you're too immature. See, the thing is, this could even be competing with what your child looks like. We need to get their child's father's DNA because their kid is attractive. This is how sick some of these people got. Please open up insane asylums and it will eradicate so much. You don't even have to have people there to take care of them. Just open it up, call it an asylum, throw them in and lock the fucking door. They're useless. They played their part. We see now that we don't need women like you anymore. Or we don't need men like you. If there are you men that got involved with this shit too. You're just... You're necessary somewhere. Just not in the lives of these types of women and these types of men anymore. You could never compete with this one because you're emotionally stunted. Okay? This one also, the way that she speaks with love, but she's firm like a man. Can't do that. They try doing this, divine feminine. This is what these guys are seeing. Yep. I mean, she can do with or without marriage. And some of these guys, they're not totally against it. But after the shit I've seen and experienced, this isn't what I'm focused on. This is this other one as well. They tried to act like they couldn't, or even being happy in a marriage. Some of these women, they tried pleasing these men the way that you could, and it's just impossible. They try to say these men are impossible to please. No, it's impossible for you to please a man the way that you're supposed, the way a real woman would please a man. That this is now a man trying to please a man. Even for those of you who didn't know you were born boys and that something happened to you, this is going to explain and help you understand why some of you were so competitive with your own boyfriends and husbands. Because you're actually a male and men compete with men. Men aren't supposed to compete with women. This may be this aha moment of why certain women had certain men so competitive. Did you have a lot of boyfriends or male friends that you felt like they just constantly tried to one-up you? They could have been born as females, or you just became a pussy over time. Okay. Connor, is this you? Do you feel like you've had a lot of girlfriends? Yeah, that's what it is. Girlfriends, even female friends that you feel, why are you always trying to win when it comes to me? Can't we just have a conversation without having a winner? Or, yeah, you have, if this is Conor McGregor, I feel like you, hi love, I feel like you've experienced this shit for most of your life. I'm having these aha moments. Thank you. Thank you. This is what it is. That's a very good possibility that they were born males, and now it's this constant headbutting thing just because they have a dress on or they have some that I have to be aware of this now, cognizant of the fact that this may not mean that they're actually born a female. All right. These two here, this other one, I mean, it's I go back and forth with being honest. This other one, that this woman, now not all women are honest to a fault, but this is the differences that someone has seen when it comes to that other, that most amazing woman ever created, and some of these other ones. It's like you go back and forth with being honest, and sometimes you'll be honest to a fault, and then others, I catch you in stupid lies. They're not even worth, fighting with me over. What else is this? The other one, when she works, laser focus with her work. You could be in a line of work where you give back to the world in some way, something that you speak. This is a humanitarian or someone that speaks, what is it? You speak life into people. Yeah, when you say things, it affects others in a good way. This other one, they're very closed off when it comes to people. That you're a people person. You're always working. What you do, this feels like everywhere that you go and everyone that you meet, this is your work, okay? And it's because of the impact that you have. This other one, look, they're looking up shit online, and you know what I mean? I'm not good with people, so I have to try and figure out how to be a people person. That'll drive you crazy. This other one doesn't need attention. She doesn't require it. In fact, I honestly think that women like this amazing one, she doesn't really want the attention, she'd rather just kind of breeze through life. She's focused on whatever this is. She feels like she has a mission of some sort that has to do with affecting the world in some way. This would be her counterpart. This guy feels the same way, and I feel like until you guys were on the same page, this motherfucker was being blocked from you, or you were being blocked from him, depending on which one of you needed to see things more clearly because of this friggin' facade. Okay? Constant judgment too. That's you. I feel like the woman who is the amazing woman, you're very fair in the way that you judge people. This other one requires constant attention from him, which agitates her because you're never going to get it the way you want it and at the time that you want it, which creates hostility, which makes you judge others. Like this all stems, everything that insecurity, feeling like you're not looking at me enough, and then when he looks at her, it's don't stare at me because she doesn't like the way she looks. It just becomes this constant battle. And then this chick here, you wind up becoming a nasty woman. Even if you are a natural born woman, it's just the differences in characteristics and personality traits are so important. You could sit out in nature and do things. For someone, this other woman draws, or she sits in nature and she's happy in nature. You get some kind of ideas and creative ideas being outside. You like being in the sun and just around flowers and animals and shit. This other one, this guy could have been like that, but then he just became very closed off, sitting inside, no sun, not being around, and not hearing birds tweeting and shit. It creates this, I guess they become rivals. He becomes his own rival at some point, and then the two of you wind up fighting because now you need sunlight, you need nature, how important that is, right? These are just things that they're understanding now. This is always expecting the best to happen. It's the mindset that you have. This is waiting for ships to come in and wish fulfillment. This other one lies and says they are, but you can tell because they're always disappointed. They always have something negative to say. It's the differences here. Don't forget the other one, the other one that's amazing. It's, well, I just know it's going to work out. And if it doesn't work out, let's just say like this tower moment comes, huh? I walk away from blaming it on you and this, that, or the other. This brings in this 10 of Pentacles for this woman. It's effortless manifestation. I need this. I want this. I desire this. I will not have anything else. This is the reason why this guy wants this, is because he is this. He's the same type of guy. He lost himself along the way. Some of these guys never knew themselves to be this way, and they became this way. It was a favor that they did with all this editing and lying and shit and slander, because now I will never even share space with a female like this ever again. Even that means that I have to be alone for the rest of my life for most of it. I will wait. I will definitely wait for this one to come around. And a lot of you are in this thing now where you're attracting this other one effortlessly. Just make sure that other people can see this shit too. And they're still going to try. Mark, they're still going to try. They left a mark. You both leave a mark on people. One leaves more of a stain though. And you leave a mark where They never forget you. Yeah, why wouldn't I want this? This reflects on me poorly, this one, and this reflects on me greatly. It's a no-brainer. It really is that simple. It must have been a lot of black magic, a lot of distraction, and a lot of creating problems for these men that left them constantly in lack, or constantly trying to get themselves out of a hole, which would now create an opportunities for these others to come in and be the savior all the time. And then here you are just sitting over here being preserved, divine feminine. He's being preserved for you right now, and eventually if you're meant to be together, there is nobody that can stop this shit. I hope this helped. Love you. Bye.